What part of town are you on
I have
again?
it on. I'm in Sewanee, so it's really not that far. But I mean, traffic has gotten worse in like the
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
So
Man, that was the
it
best
probably.
thing about COVID was the lack of traffic.
Mhm.
Yeah, seriously. It probably takes me like 35 minutes to get to work, and then coming home it takes me like 45 minutes. It's taken me an hour before, which is insane.
That tracks.
Uh,
It takes Justin. It
from
took us about 30 minutes to get there, and then about 45 to an hour to get home.
Yeah,
yeah, like
that's
from Alpharetta to Swanee doesn't like it shouldn't take an hour. There's no
Do you
chance.
just shoot
That's
down
silly.
Peachtree Industrial or Medlock or whatever it is?
Yeah, I get over to like McGinnis Ferry and then like just go all the way, and then
Okay.
I cross over Peachtree Industrial because I'm right at that intersection. So
huh.
yeah.
There might
Yeah,
be.
there's like so it's McGinnis Ferry and Peachtree Industrial, and there's like an Aldi and a Publix on that
Hmm.
and at that intersection, and my apartment complex is behind the Publix. Well,
Okay.
there's like a bunch of trees, and then behind the
Hmm.
Publix, and then behind that is my apartment complex. So
Whenever whenever I go to my parents' house, I drive a very similar path, and it never
to
seems
get
to.
like from the office to your parents' house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could try and figure out how I go, because I don't think it ever takes me an hour. Maybe you could try it. I go past a Panda Express.
It doesn't always take me an hour, but there are days like I mean it's not like it's super often. It's usually if the weather is bad, which I mean
Oh,
makes sense, but still.
yeah. Now that I think about it, it pretty much always takes like 45 minutes to get
Yeah.
there.
It's funny because I can always like I can even try to pull up Google Maps, and a lot of times it'll have like a couple different suggestions. Nope,
Hmm.
it gives me the same route every single time.
Really?
Yeah. Like
It's like
obviously
they're all terrible. Enjoy this one.
there are other like ways that I can go. It's not just one route that I can go, but
Yeah.
the route that I go is like the most direct way.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, which is why I don't think Google suggests anything else. 'Cause
I just had a great physics moment. We got new chairs, and I have a rolly chair now, like a
Ooh.
nice desk rolly chair, and I have a plastic padding under it, and I just put my foot on the carpet next to it to try to push the whole padding, and I just rolled back, and I was like, oh yeah, physics.
I just
Unless
realized
that's
you're rogue.
that's where I'm at.
I just realized I've told the internet where I live, so now
Oh.
but hopefully I don't have
Oh
stalkers.
shit.
Oh, well, we weren't specific.
No, we weren't. It's not like I gave them an address or anything.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we all know you live in Decatur.
Yes. Decatur.
I'll say my address. They won't be able to get here still. I'll send them a mile down the street and say
Yeah.
congratulations.
I could give the internet my address, and I still don't think they're going to be able to get
Nope.
in or find me.
I don't think
So,
that's true. It was hard enough to find you, even when you were like, do this specifically when you get here.
mm-hmm. Exactly.
I
Yeah,
was
following the
amazed
lights
that
through the forest was a good idea to get to
yeah,
Sheridan.
I was amazed that I actually found it like where I needed to go as quickly as I did.
Same. Speaking of finding my house, two questions for you guys. So, first weekend of November,
Yeah.
we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So if anyone wants to play Dungeons and Dragons with us, let me know.
Okay.
Second weekend of November, we're renting a cabin. We've got 5 people so far, and we're gonna be up in the mountains. The cabin takes 8 people. So if any of you guys want to join, let us know. 3rd week of November.
Oh my gosh, so many things.
Third week of November, we were thinking of doing the cemetery scavenger hunt the 3rd weekend.
Yes.
Does that work for you guys?
Probably.
That works for, that's what, the 18th and the 19th? Third weekend?
Yeah, it should be.
Here's the calendar.
So the first weekend is like Saturday's the 4th, so so third weekend would be the 18th.
Yeah.
Or 19th, 18th, 19th.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works perfectly for us because
That's-
we are doing a deer
yeah.
hunter thing the first weekend because they're going to be in
Heck yeah.
town.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's awesome.
Super excited about that. And so the next weekend we'll probably not want to do social things.
Not a
Since we're doing
problem.
social things
Not
that
a
weekend.
problem, yeah.
So,
That's how that is. I have to buffer my weekends as well. So-
Yeah.
we went to Lawrenceville and went walking in a park that like we used to all go and like be hoodlums at when I was in high school. And so when we were down there, I was like, let's text our old friend Lindsay, who was like the best of us. Like if any of us was like actually a good person at heart when we were that young, it was her. And she texted me and she's like, yeah, we should like go do that next weekend. So I messaged her and was like, hey, we're going down at this time if you want to join us. And she was like, oh, I got a baby shower to do. I was like, I get it, dude. Only one social event in a weekend. Like, don't even worry about it.
That's legitimate though. No, I get that
Yeah.
because if I have like a really packed weekend, the next weekend I don't want to go out again. I just want to like become a swamp guy and just lay in bed and eat voodoo chips.
You discovered voodoo chips? They're the best.
Aren't
I
they?
know.
Yes.
They're so good.
They're amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
I can remember the first time I ever saw that flavor. I was like, but what is it? But like, what is it? Like, what does it taste? You know? Hell, yeah, I don't know,
Kettle, delicious
tons of things.
voodoo.
This is good. You just
Pins and needles.
Pins and needles. I think I read that it's salt and vinegar mixed with jalapeno, mixed with barbecue, mixed with
Oh.
Old Bay, and then there's like a 5th flavor in there. I don't know if any of that's accurate.
That's like
Old Bay's
all the
super New
of the
Orleans.
chips. That's like every popular chip flavor. That's
Mhm.
interesting.
They
I don't. Doesn't matter to me. They're good.
are good. They are good. So anyway, yeah, so I guess we could do cemetery third weekend, and if any of that other stuff interests anybody else, let me know. If not, no pressure at all. So yeah. Also, now that all of us are getting buried in work,
We all know. We all can relate. We all know what it's like.
yeah. Now we all have been sucked into the vortex. I can say that with with
We're all
you know,
vortex dwellers.
yeah. Hello, vortex people. I think it came. Let's see. So it came for Christy first. Then it came for Thomas,
Yeah.
and now it has struck me last.
Yeah.
I would say out of all of us, Christy probably has it the worst, I think.
That's
I don't know.
probably accurate. We're not responsible for people.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not responsible for anyone, so yeah.
I just think I'm only responsible for 2, sort of 3 people.
Are you
Only
including
2 or
yourself?
3? I thought you were over all the L1s.
No, not anymore, really. So, when I was a team lead, I was over the L1s, yes, but not in like a real like HRE sense. You know, I wasn't like they didn't report to me in that way, at least. But now that I am the QA manager, I like legitimately now have Trina and Misha. So, but I am still like kind of over all the texts as far as like, are you doing the right thing? And, staying on track and whatever. Yeah. But I can't fire any of them or anything. Not that I want.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like since everyone's so slammed with their schedules, if you guys want to, we could move it to like every other week or like space it out even more. Like if you guys are feeling stressed out.
I think we should like not to poo-poo a solution, but I like trying to keep it weekly and just
Yeah.
discussing sometimes Tuesday work and sometimes Wednesday work
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
this meeting. It's just when work's
Okay.
really stressful, I don't want to do anything after it, so it just depends. So if y'all, I'm
totally
cool with
get
just
it.
discussing it each week and seeing where we stand.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
am totally fine with that too. Yeah, I think I do very much like the weekly. But
Okay.
yeah, I also understand for each of us, it can be really hard to kind of keep that up, just depending on how crazy it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like, I'm fine with that idea to sort of feel it out as each week comes.
Okay.
Really, I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
Because I notice all of us are getting hammered now, and I didn't want to be like, don't forget about the book club, guys. Like,
Yeah.
I've been trying to like stop myself too and be like, whoa, you're getting pissed and stressed off. Like stressed off. Well, it's not a thing people say, like stressed out.
what are you
Like,
doing in there? I'm
like
stressed
take a
out. Leave me
second, like
alone.
stop
You're
working,
so.
message a friend, like do a thing.
Oh,
And that's been better. This week's been good.
good.
Yeah, I'm similar where it's like if work is really bad, then this is kind of like my haven where I get to like hang out with people and talk about cool stuff.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a relief for me. It's not really like, oh, it's another obligation. It's like, oh, okay, if, I can be myself instead of being like Jock Jeremy, like, what's up, Billy? Let's do some sports gambling this weekend, so
I do hear you in the office talking about, I don't even know what sports team, some sports team sportsing out there. That's hilarious though.
crispy. I'm code switching like crazy. I don't know if you've noticed, but like when I'm around Josh, I'm like, tell me all about hockey. Or like the new guy, I'm like, tell me all about jujitsu. With Billy, I'm like, yeah, I love sports gambling. Yeah, who are we putting money on this weekend? I
Totally.
know nothing about sports gambling. I just don't want to be fired. So
I'm gonna be honest. You sound legit. I mean, at least to me. I don't know if that's really saying much because I don't know anything about sports, but you sound legit to me because you're like, oh yeah, did you see that play that so and so made last weekend? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
I just watched the highlights.
That's really all you need to watch.
Mhm.
It's true.
So I typed into
So-
Google how to sound like you know about sports. And there's a Vanity Fair article that says how to sound like you know something about football. So we're going there.
Typically
love it.
football. 'Cause that's the one out. Yeah, that's the one I know the least about.
Make
It's
sweeping
also-
generalizations. Okay, I can do that.
Watch the highlights.
This is hilarious.
Turn on Sports Center for like 30 minutes.
This article
like
was
10,
written by
because I-
Julie Weiner.
Well, with you,
Poor thing.
well, I would say you could just ask Bo for what to talk about, but like I think he said at the Falcons game, like he's not really into sports anymore.
Yeah, he well, so I mean, it's not necessarily that he doesn't enjoy sports. He does. He just doesn't he just has zero interest to keep up with them really. Like what's going on with like, college teams or pro teams of any kind. Like, as a kid and a teen, he kept up with football and basketball, and those are probably the main ones. But,
Oh, yeah.
but he would like keep up with that stuff, and he would, join the brackets for March Madness and like
Oh, nice.
always come up with like a fantasy football team every year and do all that stuff. And then kind of after college, he just was like, I just don't really like, I just don't really care to keep up with any of it. It's just like, it doesn't really interest him anymore, but he'll absolutely go to a game. You know, if we like go to someone's house or something for like the Super Bowl, he'll get into it, and you know, he enjoys it if it's on, if we're at some live game or whatever. But
Nice.
yeah, I mean, if I asked him, I was like, oh hey, like I need to kind of have the in about this team, like can you give me some pointers so I could talk about it, where he'd be like, I have no
clue. He'd be like, don't put this pressure on me.
Yeah, please don't.
It's funny. So my bestie, our roomie Greg, enjoys sports. He's always listened to baseball on the radio, and just enjoys live sports. And so I asked him, I was like, what is fantasy football? And he told me it's basically like a marketing strategy for like more academic people or nerds to engage in football. And I was like,
that makes
so that's what it is. Like you're picking individual players with good statistics to build.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. I never thought of it that way. Like,
and tried to build like your team. Yeah. But then I always knew that part, but then I'd never really understood how you win.
Score it.
Yeah, how do you score it? And I don't know how it works after that.
You could think of it like a video game. So in like a video game, you might pick an orc because he has a lot of strength, or like an archer for their accuracy. In this case, you would fill in different positions like quarterback and running back and things of that nature, but you can pick anyone in the NFL. So then if they do well in real life and they get a lot of yards or they score a lot of points in real life, then you get points.
So that's how they score it, is like basically their in-game performance. So if it's a quarterback, it's like how many like receptions they get when they throw, or how many yards they get. Okay.
So
exactly.
So it's changing with every game that like a specific player plays in then?
Exactly.
Okay.
Then you would get more points. Correct.
Yeah,
and then if they get injured, it's super bad. So then you're getting
because now they're not playing and accruing any points for you.
Yeah. You're very bad.
It'll ruin you.
Yeah. If I ever did it, that would end up happening to me.
Is there any type of like, oh, a player I picked got injured, like can you like buy him out? Like can you like switch a player, or is every fantasy football league different? Or
I'm sure some do allow for that, because that would make sense that there'd be like a buyout or like you could trade.
Greg just opened the door and on his phone it said fantasy football. He was like, "What are you doing?"
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Greg would probably be a much better guide. I feel he would probably know more. Yeah.
He ran away.
No, you've already explained. Like I already understand it way more now, because I was like, I know you pick individual players like from different like from any team in the NFL, but after that, I don't really know how any of it works.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna ask another question. Whenever I've like watched a movie or read a book and then tried to reread it, I always felt like it was harder to go back through on the reread. If you guys want, I can just finish up Narnia and then we can talk about it. We can go to something new if you guys feel like you're getting bogged down on the reread.
To me, it's not. Well, I kind of know what you mean, because I agree. I think I think I usually feel that way if I remember a lot of what happens. But with at least some of the Narnia books, I've like almost completely forgotten the specifics of what goes on. You know?
Yeah.
It may have like sort of the general idea in my head, but you know, for a few of them I've completely forgotten.
Okay.
So it's not. I'm fine. Like I mean, at least just for me, I would like to reread through all of them anyway. It's sort of been on my list, so I'm fine with it. But
Oh,
Yeah, I'm fine with keeping going. I slowed down with Horse and His Boy, and then I just stopped reading, not because I wasn't enjoying Narnia, just because I wasn't reading in my
yeah,
off time because I wanted to
Right.
veg out and play Baldur's Gate.
yeah, yeah.
but I
And
also get it with Horse and His Boy though, because it definitely is the weakest book.
oh, easily. And also it's such a departure from the rest of the series. Like I got
It
into
really,
you get to Silver Chair and you start going through Silver Chair and it follows much the same pattern as all the other books. And then as I'm reading through Silver Chair, I'm just like, man, A Horse and His Boy is just completely different. It comes like way out of like left field.
And
It's
also
not
the
similar
character
at
of
all.
Aslan, like
Yeah.
the way he's like shepherding them through these like tribulations that he gave them, and like almost seems
Yeah.
annoyed that they're not doing well. Like the character of
Yeah.
Aslan, I don't feel like is well represented in Horse and His Boy.
yeah. It almost feels like a different Aslan even.
Or like he
Yeah.
was like
More
tried to like be
malicious.
God in a different way and was like, that didn't really work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. His personality didn't quite match up for me. Where he like
Yeah,
didn't he seem almost like kind of malicious in a way?
yeah, like a little too malicious. Yeah, agreed. A little too.
Yeah. It felt weird.
It did.
Hmm.
I am almost finished with Prince Caspian, actually.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That is
Okay.
awesome.
Cool.
I have 2 more chapters. It's so good. That's such a good one.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
rock on.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can. Absolutely. Let's do
You're
it.
like, I'm stuck in traffic. That's fine. I don't care.
I'm not going anywhere either way.
Also, this is
Um,
a simple thing, but I love that C.S. Lewis titles his chapters. I really
mm,
like when
yeah.
authors do that, and most authors
Yeah.
don't anymore. And
Yeah.
I just that's something I find very charming, and also like I like reading it when I begin the chapter and being like, oh, I wonder what this is going to mean to me later on because it doesn't
Hmm.
mean anything that's true right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody just messaged me and was like, hey, will you call this customer? I'm like, fuck no, it stopped working 2 hours ago. Like, what?
Wait, what? No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I get like camp messaging me and they're like, I know it's late, but can we get this figured out? And I'm like, no. Depending on what it is.
Yeah.
But
Oh, sorry.
no, you're
Go
fine.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna piggyback off the like titling chapters thing. But
Yeah.
I don't think Stephen King does it in every one of his books, but he did in Fairy Tale, which
Oh, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like that was a departure. I feel like he usually doesn't.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember thinking I very much liked how he titled his chapters in Fairy Tale because it wasn't so much a here's a nice little title for this chapter and more of just like random things that happen throughout the chapter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of was.
Which I thought was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. I feel like the Narnia books, the titles make more sense. Like there's
Oh,
more.
they definitely do. It's almost like they're titled like almost as little stories within the whole story.
Huh. Completely unrelated. The character Holly from like that new Stephen King book, Holly. Is she
Yeah.
in The Outsider?
Yes, she is.
Oh, she
In fact,
is.
she's in several. She makes appearances in several books, and I think even like at least 1 or 2 short stories.
Oh, really?
I can't remember which ones, but she is in The Outsider, and then she's in some other things. She might be in Doctor Sleep too, I think.
Oh, is she in the Mr. Mercedes trilogy?
Oh, maybe that. I, I think so. Which is also includes Doctor Sleep, doesn't it? Or am I
Um,
wrong about that?
Doctor Sleep is the sequel to The
The
Shining.
Shining.
Um,
That's right. Okay. So then it's probably Mr. Mercedes. That's probably what I'm thinking of is Mr. Mercedes.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you guys know like the synopsis or like the basic idea behind Doctor Sleep?
Uh,
I don't actually.
I
And I
I
haven't
won't
read
tell you
it,
guys.
but there's also like the HBO movie or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. I
There,
forgot about that.
yeah, with
I
Ewan McGregor. It looks super good.
yeah. I don't want to even tell you what like the premise is for Doctor Sleep. Just know it's like the sequel for The Shining. Like that's all I'm gonna
I
say. Like
Yeah, I did know it was the sequel, especially because well, I mean, it's got like
mhm,
at least the HBO sort of like title card or title cover or whatever has like
mhm,
a picture of like a little boy in a red hoodie
mhm,
on white, which obviously is The Shining. So yeah,
mhm. Yeah.
but I
Like
would
oh,
really want to read it. So yeah,
right. Yes, yes. There's not enough time.
I know,
There's not enough time. I want to read all those that we just listed.
I
Mm,
know. If like just reading books was my job, I don't even think I would still have enough time
yeah, true.
to just read all the books that I want to read.
Oh man.
Never ending.
I want to read like everything that Stephen King does.
I would love to say that I have read everything that he's written. Yeah. And then obviously
That'd be
keep
awesome.
to read anything that he releases. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a plan for me too. Like just because he's an author that I feel like that's going to be rewarding for.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry, I got sidetracked because I thought Billy Drago. I've been rewatching Charmed. Um,
Oh.
I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was a kid because magic.
Oh.
Yep.
Um,
Magic.
and it came on right when my parents got home from work. So like when I did get to watch it, I get to watch like 10 to 30 minutes of an episode. Um,
Yeah.
and I went to rewatch it a couple years ago, and I was like, "Oh, these episodes are an hour long. I don't have enough life." But now apparently I do, and I've decided Novatech can pay me to watch most of an episode of Charmed every day. So that's like a personal decision I made. But Billy Drago
Absolutely.
plays the Demon of Fear in one of it,
Hmm.
and I don't know if y'all know who Billy Drago is. You'd recognize him instantly if you saw him.
Hmm.
Just the
The name
actor as
sounds,
one of those faces.
yeah, it sounds familiar.
Um, but in the movie The Ritual from 2009, he played the Man in Black, and I was like, "Is that Randall Flagg?" And I don't think it is. I don't think it's
Uh,
a Stephen King uh, like film adaptation. But
Oh.
that's what I was trying to research during this time. I was like, was that this? And I think the answer is no.
to be
Hmm.
fair,
Interesting.
in uh Westworld, uh well, I don't know about the original one, but the HBO like sort of
Uh,
remake, there is a character in there also referred to as the Man in Black.
uh,
It
Man,
definitely.
that first season of Westworld is so good.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so good.
I I watched like 3/4 of the second season, and I was like,
Second season is very good. The third season for me started to get a little like I don't well, okay, so to be honest, part of it was that I had no idea what was happening. Um, they did that weird thing with like the sound design that some movies have done lately, and I think actually uh a couple of Christopher Nolan movies are kind of guilty of it, where they like intentionally hide, or maybe
the
not,
dialogue.
the dialogue behind music or
Yeah,
like uh you
hmm.
know tones or whatever throughout the show or the movie, and um I'll be honest. I'm one of those people who will basically watch anything with subtitles on
Same, yeah.
because I get distracted by like what's going on like in the show or whatever, and so or I'll just get distracted by something around me, and so you know, if I can both listen to and briefly read the words, it actually helps me way more to understand what's
Me
happening.
too, yeah.
So when we watch
Hmm.
the third season of Westworld, typically if Bo and I are watching something together, we don't have the subtitles on because it like actually distracts Bo. So we watched that with no subtitles, and I was like, I'm so lost. I don't know what's happening.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's so
So I
funny.
would like to
Oh,
go back and rewatch it with subtitles so I could actually like understand.
So you
absorb
could
it.
know what happens.
Yeah.
It's so funny that you mentioned Christopher Nolan's films do that, because like, isn't it his
Yeah.
brother that does Westworld? Right?
Oh,
Can't no. Wait, you may be right. I can't remember.
Isn't it his brother, like Jonathan Nolan, that does Westworld?
Yeah.
Or-
He does. I know he does have a brother, but I can't remember who did Westworld. Maybe it is him. And that would kind of like make sense of it. I don't know. Maybe they got together and they're let's do this on purpose.
Yeah.
yeah, they're brothers. You're totally right. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like Jonathan
Okay.
Nolan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if there's
Nice.
similarities, that's probably why.
Makes sense. I remember Oppenheimer was fine. It was specifically Tenet that I was lost. One, that's already it's a
I
Christopher
was about to
Nolan.
ask if it was any good. I hadn't seen it yet.
It is good. It is, and now to be fair, I've seen it once, and you know, a lot of his movies are very, you know, cerebral, and you gotta
Mhm.
rewatch them to really, really get what's going on.
Yes.
So that was part of it. But the other part of it was that so much of the dialogue you actually can't hear at all because it's just being walked out by the score, which is very good, but you know, I didn't know what they were talking about.
I feel like
So-
that is always a poor choice. If I can't hear your dialogue, why are they fucking talking?
Right, like- And then I saw there was this YouTube video I watched that came out after Tenet came out, and they were talking about how like it almost seems intentional in that movie because because it was so loud. It was like they almost had to like use a program to like lower the volume of the score just so you could actually hear what the dialogue was in some parts of it. So it's like, but why would you do that on purpose?
Yeah. Ooh. The Spidey cup appears.
Right.
I love Spidey.
Whiskey. No, it's coffee.
Oh. Hey
Just a
man,
mug.
you're off the clock.
It's a mug of whiskey.
Thomas, can you watch Tenet this weekend?
Yeah, is it streaming on anything right now? I mean, I'll just buy it on
Uh,
Amazon.
It's on the service called Piracy.
I'm so afraid to do any piracy because I bricked a lot of computers with pornography when I was a child, and this is my work computer, so
Oh my God,
I want to be
amazing.
gentle with it.
It's okay. If you do it, Jeremy will see that you have torrented something.
Don't laugh at me, Jeremy. Don't laugh at
No,
little
no.
Thomas and his porn.
That BTA Jeanette James or whatever, she will not admit that she torrented Blue Beetle, and I'm like, lady, it's right here in the log. Like,
Is Blue
Or-
Beetle a porn? Is that a thing?
it's a DC movie, so I mean,
I
Okay.
don't want to know what that refers to if it is.
I knew the same.
Gross.
What could be that?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I have plenty of answers. None of them are pleasant.
Well, yeah, I'm just to me, Thomas, that was so funny because Christy's like, "Oh, I almost revealed to the internet where I live," and then you're like, "I bricked 1 million computers with pornography," and I was like, "Whoa!"
That was childhood, Thomas. You know.
I went from being ashamed of my past to just using it for like cheap laughs, and so that's the relationship I
no,
have
I
with
love
old
it.
versions of me.
I love it. Never.
I think that's healthy. That's
Thanks. I like to
Yeah.
think so. If it's not, I'm in trouble.
if that's not healthy, then yeah, who cares? See, you might as well laugh at yourself and
Yeah.
how
No, that's
dumb you
good.
were in youth.
Regardless,
Oh.
is Tenet streaming anywhere? Yeah.
Last time I saw it streaming, it was on Hulu. It was on Hulu for a while.
Oh,
I don't know about it anymore.
Thomas, it's so good. Like the music is amazing. You'll have to watch it like 4 times, but you
Oh,
won't
it might be on
mind.
something
Yeah.
saying that it's on Max right now. So if it's on Max, I can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, yes. Like if you watch it, I would love to talk about it with you like next Tuesday. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yes, yes.
I need
Oh,
sticky
man.
notes. Need to buy sticky
Yeah.
notes.
Oh,
But until then, I'm just gonna rip out this page, do my note page, because I can write it in the notebook, but then I'm gonna close the notebook.
And then
hmm.
then you're not gonna see it, and then you're gonna forget about it. Yeah.
Watch
Mhm.
I do the same thing.
Tenet.
It's like I go grocery shopping and I like get all these things and then they go in the fridge and then I don't see them and so I forget about them.
So I got just a little magnetic dry erase board so I could write what meals I had bought so I can check them off and like write if they're expiring at a certain date so I know when to make them by. For that very reason. But Justin drew a picture of Newton on it and it's so cute. I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. It's excellent.
Yeah, please
want to see
do.
it.
It's really great.
That'd be awesome.
That's actually
Is
a
it?
really good idea. 'Cause
Thanks.
if like something goes away, like something gets put away, like I mean where it should be put away, like it's where it belongs, but if I don't see it, it might as well not exist.
Exactly. And if I don't see my potential like failure that costs money staring me in my face, I'll go and buy groceries and be like, oh, awesome, I have all this wonderful stuff to cook. Who wants Chick-fil-A? Like
Speaking of food, Thomas, the last time I was at your house, I left you several surprises hidden in your house. Have
Oh,
you found
yeah.
any of them yet?
oh my God. No. We just did a deep clean last week. I took everything off the shelves and dusted. What the fuck did I miss?
Wait, maybe Justin found it and he forgot to say something?
Okay, was it edible?
Or
Yes.
Okay.
but not like immediately perishable though.
Yeah.
Correct.
I would hope that he didn't like hide something that's gonna like become like a moldy mound.
Yeah, he put like he hid a tomato. He hid 2 tomatoes in your fridge.
They're just gonna be like little moldy piles on my shelf. Okay. Okay, I'll go back through and see if I can find them.
That's
I like
hilarious.
this game.
Do
I'm
you
really
want hints?
surprised. Yeah, give me a hint. Not anything giving it away, but like if you can point me in the right direction or
I
away
know
from the
where-
wrong direction.
I remember where you put one of them, but I don't remember where you put the other one.
Both of them, I didn't think were that difficult.
It's also possible that I found them and was like, "Ooh, a treat," and I just ate it, and it never connected.
Didn't even think about why it was where it was. Like,
Who put the tomato here? Ow. I will eat a tomato like that. I'm one of those people.
The first one, you will find it if you're about to start cleaning. The second, you will find if you're about to start reading.
Those are good.
Clean and read.
Mhm.
Find treats.
I love this. This is
I would
awesome.
love to hear that Justin found. He's like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I found those like weeks
Was
ago.
okay. Just hypothetical. Was one of them like some M&Ms, like a box of M&Ms? Okay, cool. Well, I told Greg the other day, I was like, man, I really want some peanut M&Ms. And he was like, I'll be right back. And he had some in his room. And I was like, this is amazing. So I didn't know if like he had found a box of M&Ms and was just like bet and like took
No, it's not. Do you want me to tell you what it is so you'll know?
No,
it
I
if
would
you
rather
find it?
find it.
No? Okay, fair. Nice. Christy, are you still in traffic?
No, well.
Oh, I was about to say. I was
I'm
like,
parked.
dang.
No.
Oh, you
I'm
parked. Okay.
I'm parked.
Maybe-
I haven't got out of the car yet.
maybe we should wrap it up because like Christy's just like in a parking lot, just like talking into her phone.
If I'm on the phone, that's usually what I do. I'll just like kind of wait until I get off the phone and then like go in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
why.
I mean, I think that's like a good place to end. That was fun. That was like about an hour, right?
Very
Yeah.
fun.
And so next week
Yeah.
is Prince Caspian and Watch Tenet.
Yeah.
I should have watched Tenet by then.
Nice. No
Yay.
pressure. Yeah. If you want to just watch like pornography all weekend, that's completely acceptable.
Well, that's like the default. So it'll be nice to change it up.
It's just like it's Saturday night, time for 8 hours of pornography, just
Yeah.
straight.
And I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like running out there and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I need my phone for this. Yeah. Stuff like that. This is all a joke,
Nice.
internet.
Nice.
This is not accurate.
None of it's accurate.
It's the internet. Don't believe everything you hear or read.
No, don't shock yourself.
So, no, this is how I charge things. Put it in my mouth.
I love it. All right. Well, this was amazing. Best book club
Yes, it
ever.
was. We gave out a lot of
Really-
incriminating and doxing information.
Yep. All right. See you guys next week. Bye.
I love you, sluts.
Love you.
Sluts
I
multiply.
I can't do the other hand, so I'm just making like the Crip symbol.
Please don't come for us.
Don't come for us. Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.